Do you ever get overwhelmed at the thought of learning a new software like Kajabi? It might be the reason you haven't made the switch, or it could be the reason you haven't started your business at all. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your Kajabi website so that you don't have to suffer any more heartache at the thought of getting started. I currently run 2 online businesses through Kajabi, and I just know how intimidating it can be just to get started. So if you watch until the end, you're going to have everything you need to get your Kajabi website up and running and set up for success. If we haven't met yet, hey, my name's Brandon, and this is Creator Fuel. This is the channel where I help people like you start and grow freedom-fueled online businesses. This video is part of a series called the 7-Day Kajabi Jumpstart, where I'm trying to help people like you jumpstart their journey on Kajabi, because right now Kajabi is running an amazing deal. If you're watching this before August 13th, 2024, before the end of the day Pacific time, you have a chance to jump into their best deal in 2024. It is 20% off monthly plans for an entire year. You get the 14-day free trial, 20% off a month on their monthly plans, basic, growth, and pro, and 20% off for every month for an entire year. And if you use my link, creatorfuel.net/Kajabi, you can get not only those things, but you can also get my exclusive bonuses, where through that, you'll get 2 45-minute strategy calls where I will help you. I will guide you. Personalized coaching to help you take wherever you are in your business, whether you just have an idea or you have an actual business and you're trying to switch to Kajabi or you're just getting started. I'll help you walk you through a personalized plan to grow on Kajabi and to grow your income. So 2 45-minute strategy calls, and I will send you, as you become a Kajabi customer, my $80,000 product launch strategy, which is the very thing you need to have your next launch or your first launch be the best ever, to blow your mind at the amount of money that you can make as you launch your course, your digital product, your coaching, whatever it is. You can get that as well. Just use my link, creatorfuel.net/Kajabi. It is an affiliate link. I do get a commission just for sending you there. It does not add any cost to you. This is a great way to support the work that I'm doing here at Creator Fuel. So I appreciate your consideration on using my link. Now, let's jump into the details on the very first thing you need to do as you get a Kajabi account. You can get started on this as you're getting into your free trial. What's the first thing you need to do? Well, you need to go into your account, and once you get into the back end and you get signed in, you're going to want to go to the Settings tab, the Settings button right at the bottom left. And that's going to bring you to this page. And before you start messing with fonts and designing your website and making sure all the colors are the right way and you got all your fonts selected and your images and your banners and all that, don't do any of that. The first thing I recommend you do is to jump into the domain button. Domain. If you want to take this seriously, I highly recommend you connect your own domain name to your Kajabi website. So you click domain, and this is going to allow you to set up a custom domain. Otherwise, you're going to have like yourname.mykajabi.com. Not very professional. So click set up custom domain. This is the first thing once you log in. You're going to want to type in the domain name that you bought. Now, okay, maybe you don't have a domain name yet. Well, the place I go is called namecheap.com. Namecheap.com. And you can just type in whatever idea you have, type in your name or the brand idea you have for your business, and you can purchase your domain here. Now, once you have that, then you type in that domain right here. Now, this is my kind of just tutorial website inside of Kajabi. So I've got a domain name that's just sitting around. So I'm going to type that in just to show you how this works. BrandonKellyOnLeadership.com. I don't know if you're like me, but every now and then I'll get a really like an idea for a domain name, and I'll just go buy the domain name. And then I'll end up holding on to it for way longer than I need to because I didn't do anything with it. That's not for everything, but that does happen. I'm curious if you're like that. Let me know in the comments. You can also create a subdomain. So if you already have a website and you don't want to bring everything to Kajabi, let's say you have a WordPress site and you really like that, I wouldn't do it, but if you want to, you can certainly set up a subdomain where it's like courses.yourname.com or whatever. But right now I want to show you what it looks like to just set up a regular domain. So BrandonKellyOnLeadership.com. Continue. Now, here's the thing I really want to show you. If I were you, I would not do this. I would not do entry. I had some issues getting my second online business, this one, CreatorFuel.net, connected to my Kajabi website and for it to work exactly like I wanted it to. So I advise you not to use this. Instead, go to manually authenticate your domain. And then it's going to bring this up. Okay. So this will give you the step-by-step thing. All you've got to do is to go into your domain name provider. So for me, that would be Namecheap. Go into the DNS settings. So if you go here, you go to account and dashboard. If you use Namecheap.com, and I don't even have an affiliate set up for Namecheap. I need to. That would be nice. But as it loads, you're going to go to your domain name that you have selected, and you're going to go to manage right here, manage. And then let me just click it, show you. Then you're going to go to, instead of name servers being the Namecheap basic DNS, you're going to do custom DNS. Okay. And then you're going to transfer these Kajabi name servers over to your domain name. Okay. And then you click done, verify domain. A lot of times they say allow 24 to 48 hours, but in my experience, doing it this way, Kajabi does it quick. Like it's hours, if that, a few. So no guarantees on that, but that's the first thing you want to do. You want to get that set up, and then from there, we just need to work through these items. So we're going to do that together right now. But if you're thinking, hey, I'm ready to jump into Kajabi. All right, I've got the first thing, creatorfuel.net/Kajabi. Okay, site details. That's the next thing. You're going to give your website a title. If it's your name, put your name. If it's your business name, put your business name. And then the subdomain, you don't have to mess with that because you already set up your regular domain. This won't be relevant anymore. And then so you'll add your information in here. You just fill it all out. Homepage, we'll get to that later in a later video in this series. We're not going to worry about the homepage yet. I know this says set up your website, but we're talking about the settings, getting the setup right. Because once you got that right, then you can go into designing your homepage. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that here in a couple of days. So be on the lookout for that. Then you're going to add your branding. I use Canva for all of my web design, my thumbnails, all that. You're going to do a 640 by 640 logo. Then you can set up your favicon, so it's basically your logo, but in a very small format. What is a favicon? A favicon is what shows up at the tab on your browser next to the name of your website. Okay, so it'll have that logo up at the top. So if you look at your browser, at the tabs, you see a logo next to the name of the web page or website that you're on. Select your colors. That's going to give you like the color that it's going to turn your links into. More on that in the web design stuff. We'll get to that later. Instructor, you want to put your picture in here, your name, title, a quick bio. You don't have to do this yet, but it would be a good idea to get it done. And then you got header page scripts. So any kind of integrations that you need to put code in the header, that's where you put it, right here. Then you got your SEO. So you want to put your page title and your page description. Write up a page description that describes what you offer and who you offer it to. That's really all you got to do. And in that, you're going to naturally have some keywords in there that will help Google know what is this website all about. And then if I were you, I would just take away Displayed Power by Kajabi because I just rather, me personally, I just didn't want it to be there. So that's what I do for my other two websites for my businesses. Now, marketing settings. We're going to go in here and again, we're updating information. It just takes a little bit of time, but you're going to want to do this right away. Put in your company logo, all of that. You're going to set up, okay, what's my from email? Once you get your domain set up, you can set up your like name at your domain, even if you don't have it set up through your domain name provider. It'll set it up for here. But when people reply to it, you can set it up to where it just goes to a Gmail account, something like that. That's how I usually do it. And then you can set up the time that you want your emails for people who are in an email sequence. So this is an automated sequence of emails. More on that when we talk about funnels. But you're going to want to decide what time do you want those emails going out. And so 11 a.m. is by default. And so you can keep it at that or change it. Make sure you modify your time zone to reflect your time zone, because you don't want it to be, you scheduling something at a certain time, but it's wrong because you don't have your time zone set up correctly. Checkout settings. This is something to be very much aware of as you get your first product set up. The email opt-in has some particular things to consider. What this is when someone's checking out, they're about to buy a product from you. Yay, that's amazing, right? They're going to put their email address and they're going to put their credit card information in there. And then below that are a series of checkboxes. One of those could be, hey, do you want to receive marketing emails from us? The default and recommended way is to have that box right there present and unchecked so that they have to physically go in and click it. But there are other options, and maybe you want to say, okay, I want the box to be pre-checked. So I want them to be more likely to be able to just be on my email list. Well, you've got additional options. Automatically sign up customers to your email list when they purchase a paid offer. You could do that, but here's the risks. An automatic opt-in may violate email marketing laws applicable to your business. Please read this article for more information about the risks involved. So you got to read the risks and understand that if you automatically opt in them, then there might be some repercussions. You'll want to look into that. I have just chosen to do the recommended. Now, what I do is I have custom messaging in here. Yes, I understand that. Sign up for relevant emails to my purchase. Something like that, where they understand they're going to get emails from you, but they're relevant to your purchase. Because what I highly recommend you do is after someone buys a product from you, you send them an onboarding sequence of emails to help them get used to the course, the coaching, whatever it is, right? You want to be able to interact with your customers. But you got to abide by the laws too. So you got some decisions to make in here, and you're going to want to read those disclaimers that they present. So you've got options for card storage. Kajabi will give you the option and give your customers the option for them to remember, for Kajabi to remember their payment information. That way, if it's like Amazon, it's pre-built in. They already have their credit card. They don't even have to go get it. They can just buy. Removes the friction, but you've got some options here. You can have it opted out by default, opted in by default, or disabled to where you don't want to store credit card information. Whatever your choice, you got to make a decision right here. And then webhooks, anything that you are doing with any kind of okay, somebody buys something, you want that to trigger something, then you can put those in here. I don't use any of these, but if you're trying to do some third-party integrations and all that, you can do that. Checkout tracking code. You can make sure there's some stuff in here. Kajabi doesn't have any of this already, but if you want to have a Facebook pixel or something like that, you can do that in this area. All right. So we got checkout settings. Okay. We got the top three. Now, blog settings. A lot of this is just filling information. Page title, page description for your blog, getting it set up, add an image, get it all nice and tidy if you're going to use a blog on your Kajabi website. Drip settings. What time of day do you want that stuff to be sent out? If you have a course that has drip modules, what time do you want them to be available to your customers? You got to set that up. Customer payments. Here's some interesting, some things that are important to consider. Do you want receipts to be sent? Do you want a receipt for refunds to be sent? And do you want to automatically revoke access? This is very important when you have a guarantee, a money back guarantee. Do you want do you want them to automatically have their access revoked? Let's say if you have a membership site, and a better example than a money back guarantee. Let's say you've got a monthly charge for a membership website, and their payment failed. First day, payment failed. Do you want to revoke access automatically? Or do you want it to have a little lag and you got to go in there? So there's a lot of things in here that you can do. And also for subscriptions, do you want to allow customers to self-cancel? I think it's a good idea to do that, to keep that checked. All right, moving on, payment integrations. Kajabi has a service called Kajabi Payments. They offer all these different ways to pay. Afterpay, which is great if you've got some high-ticket things and you know some people aren't going to be able to make that payment and you don't want to offer a payment plan yourself. You want to get all of the money yourself up front, but them to be paying payments on it through Afterpay. That's an option. Apple Pay, Google Pay, Visa, MasterCard, all that is available through Kajabi Payments. Now, personally, I use Stripe, still, just good old Stripe, for my payment gateway, and that is accessible through integrations and webhooks. So you'll go all the way down to Stripe, and you connect your Stripe account, to Kajabi. You can also do PayPal, but I have used Stripe, and it has treated me well. I'll consider using Kajabi Payments at some point. I just haven't made the switch. It's just personal preference. All right. So you'll want to set that up. You make a decision, Kajabi Payments or Stripe. If you're just getting started, just use Kajabi Payments. It's all built in. It's nice. Email templates. There's different automated emails that the system will send, and you can edit what those look like in here. So there's a ton of them, and it's just a matter of, you probably don't want to deal with this. You probably don't want to need to worry about it. I've never modified one of these, the actual templates. So you can probably skip that. Domain, by the time you get to this point, you could probably recheck it and be like, yeah, is it connected yet? Cool. Form settings. You want to go in here, and you want to just think about, okay, what's the data that I want to try and connect or collect from customers? So you likely don't have to mess with that unless there's some kind of weird things that you're trying to collect. Mobile app settings. There is an ability to have a Kajabi custom mobile app in here, or you can use the Kajabi mobile app and manage your site settings for that. So you just kind of modify what it ends up looking like. I've never promoted that for my audience. Most of them are good with using desktops, but that might be something you want to consider. Labs is not something you really need to worry about. You can jump into there, but I wouldn't worry about it right now. And then tax. You can go in here and set up, this is just for Kajabi Payments, collecting taxes on purchases. And that's really it. So once you just go thoroughly through here, you'll have everything you need to get set up. The important thing is, though, setting up your domain, do it through the manual way, okay? Do the manual way. Don't use entry. My tune might change later on that, but I just think it's more hassle than it needs to be, and it's really not that many extra steps to do it manually. So that's how you set it up. That's the first step. You got to get this right. That's what it looks like to set up your Kajabi website for success. Now, we haven't done anything with the homepage. We've not done anything with funnels, but we will in this playlist that this video is in. But before we get to that, just a reminder, right now is a great time to get into Kajabi for you. 20% off, monthly plans, the basic, the growth, and the pro, 20% off. If you purchase before August 13th, the end of the day, Pacific time. Okay, 20% off a month for an entire year. You get a 14-day free trial with that, and then you got to decide which plan you want for sure. And then you can always upgrade later. But you also get my exclusive bonuses, 2 45-minute strategy calls and my $80,000 product launch strategy. That's all for you if you use my link, creatorfuel.net/Kajabi. Now, if you're watching this and you want to see what the next thing is that you need to do to jumpstart your journey on Kajabi, then be sure to go right here on this playlist, and I will be adding to it in the coming days. Be sure to go right there Check it out and let me know in the comments if you have jumped into Kajabi and what you love about it, what you're having issues with. If you are getting stuck on anything, I'd love to help you out. All right, see you on the next video. Peace.